K1 in training camp in the books, and here with K-Wing forward returning for his second year with the red, white, and blue forward, Justin Taylor. And Justin, not really the first day of training camp for you. You had some actually good playing time in the American Hockey League last week.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, a good experience. Get to know some of the other guys that are around the league and kind of use it as a measuring stick to see how I can get back up to the American Hockey League.
Talk about the experience and tell people where you were last week.
Last week in Rockford, we sat up in the hotel, so the hotel life's never the greatest, but it's always good. I had Brandon Spencer as my roommate, so we kept each other company. And while on the ice, it was good to see, like I said, a measuring stick up against other players like Jimmy Hayes and Christy Domenico and things like that, guys who, have that contract in the NHL and are almost making that next step to the next level.
Last game against Chicago, we got to see you win pretty much a majority of your face-offs, and you got to go to some place that you knew pretty well here in Kalamazoo, the penalty box.
Yeah, I got a little feisty out there. I was getting a little more upset with some of the penalties the team was taking, and we saw a 2-0 goal disappear and into a 4-2 loss there. But overall, I thought in the defensive zone and neutral zone and offensive zone, chances were there to get pucks out and get pucks deep, and I wasn't shy to get a little physical as well.
What do you learn from year one of your career to bring it to year two?
Well, year one of my career, I learned you go to the net, you get rewarded a lot. So, I want to build on that and hopefully this year put a few more in and keep that consistency all the way through the entire season into the end of the playoffs.
How does the most electrifying man in the ECHL duplicate the success from year one?
I think it's going to just be attention to detail. I got to realize what I did the season before was not easy. It was very hard. And, to continue that determination and the drive to want to get better every day.
Talk about, you're in video games now. You're in NHL 2012. I think a 73 rating for Justin Taylor. Not too bad. One of the higher K-Wings that we've seen in the last few years. Did you know you were going to be in it? And how did you find out you were actually in the game?
I didn't know I was going to be in it for sure. I thought it was just going to be full-time American League and NHL guys there. So I found out from a beer league buddy of mine, Jeff Nollis, and he had me on a line with himself and Wayne Gretzky, and I wasn't afraid to rub it in that I had more points than Gretzky in NHL 2012.
Pretty much the only time you're going to have more points than Gretzky?
Probably the only time, but I might take a picture of it and put it on the old Facebook wall.
How excited are you guys for this week? You have 2 games in training camp, both against Toledo, and it starts Friday night here on Van Ryck Drive.
I'm more excited just to get the crowd and the fans back into it and let them know that it's going to be another great year for K-Wings hockey, and hopefully in the end, we can actually raise the banner and not watch it get raised by another team.
That brings to the next business here. How much of this is, and I hate to throw the cliche out, but it seems apropos for this team, unfinished business for this year?
Absolutely. When it comes down to it, we were disappointed with how we played in the last round there. We're only 3 victories away from being able to be a Kelly Cup champion, and nothing but that's going to be acceptable this year.
You talked to some of the guys that returned here, and all of a sudden the Kalamazoo Wings seem to be, for a lack of a better analogy here, the New York Yankees, in the sense that if a championship's not won, it seems to be a bad season.
Yeah, well, the measuring stick was put high, from the first season that, I wasn't here, and then I had the expectation that came in that, we got to get past that first round. Well, if you're going to get past the first round, you got to keep going and going and going. At the end of the day, you don't play hockey just, for the sake of playing hockey. You play it to want to be a champion and want to get better.
Speaking with Justin Taylor, forward for the Kalamazoo Wings. Day 1 of K-Wing training camp in the books. And for the K-Wings, they get set for 2 preseason games this weekend, both against Toledo Walleye, including Friday night here at Wing Stadium. Tickets $5. Get them now at 345-5101.